Welcome to Breaking News with Chris Martin on TikTok. Just when you thought you heard it all, this woman's on a $1.5 million bond. She thought she was being kidnapped and taken to Mexico by her Uber driver. She didn't look on her app to see if she was on the right track, but she took it upon herself to shoot the guy and then send pictures to her boyfriend after the fact, then call 911. She didn't call 911 when she was in the vehicle, but decided to just kill the poor guy and take his life because of something that she thought he was doing. Let's listen in.
A Kentucky woman accused of murdering her Uber driver remains inside an El Paso jail tonight. 48-year-old Phoebe Cobus told police that during the ride in El Paso, she saw a traffic sign that read Mexico, and she thought she was being kidnapped and taken south of the border. That's when she took out her gun and shot 52-year-old Daniel Garcia in the head. Garcia was hospitalized for days before being taken off life support. Now his family is calling for justice. For more on this case, we're welcoming in News Nation national security analyst Tracy Walder, also a former CIA officer and FBI special agent. Tracy, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Natasha.
So the suspect claims that this was just a tragic mistake. She saw these traffic signs that read Juarez, Mexico. We know El Paso is a border city. Will this defense work in this case?
I'm really quite speechless, to be honest with you. I do not see how that defense could possibly work. The reality is El Paso itself is just about 1 mile away from the Mexican border. The city of Juarez is about 27 minutes away. It is not unusual in any way, shape, or form for those signs to be on the freeway. I'm from somewhere very close to the border in California, and we would see signs for Tijuana all the time. This is not uncommon, and it's really not a valid defense. She had her Uber app, and she could have been easily tracking to see if he was taking the route to the casino that she was on her way to.
Yeah, and according to the affidavit, she shot the Uber driver before calling 911. Is that an important detail? What does that tell you as an investigator?
You know, I do understand that feeling of fear, and sometimes we do things in that moment that aren't the most logical. But the reality is if she felt that she was in danger, like I said before, she could have opened her Uber app and seen if she was in the correct route. And if she still didn't feel comfortable at that point, she could have absolutely called 911. It's also my understanding that after she shot him, before calling 911, she actually took a picture of him and sent it to her boyfriend. So I do not see how that's also going to be able to be used in terms of a defense.
Okay, always appreciate your time and insight. Tracy Walder, thank you so much.
Thank you.